I'm Torg, and I'm here to ask you one question, and one question only. Explosions!
Sometimes I like to imagine what a player has to put through their minds when they run up to me holding my little lightning gun and 3 pairs of goggles and duck shoes and Santa pants with a chest piece that has an 8-bit bomb on it, plus bombs that all have faces drawn on them because I'm a psychopath. This is not a good build. First and foremost, like, this is not a good build. It's not a bad build. Like, I've made so much worse than this one, but this one's not the greatest. It's hilarious. Like, don't get me wrong. Not the greatest thing I've ever done, but it is hysterical when it works. Like, because you won't expect it. And then out of nowhere, it's, oh, they're dead. Usually when someone puts a build together, it's around a certain concept or idea, and then it ends up working, and it's all fine and dandy, and roses and beautifulness. They make it do something they want it to do on purpose. With this, it is so clear that this is all or nothing, loose cannon stupidity, because there is no other reason to use this chest piece other than that. There's no reason. The talent is kind of strange, and I love it. I still think this is what Stovepipe chest piece was supposed to be, and it just got delayed by a season or two. Even still, I think this is hysterical. So, as you can see from this description, all it does is grenade stuff. All this does is boost up grenades, which 90% of the time, grenades are not really worth it because people will just run or roll or not care, and it doesn't do a lot of damage. Plus 25% grenade damage for every extra enemy caught in the blast does not actually do bonus damage if it's just the one guy, from what I've seen most of the time. The extra damage normally, though, is kind of nice. And the extra radius means you'll actually catch some people in the blast. However, with cluster grenades, they just don't care about any of that. So every extra person caught in the blast of any of your grenades makes them all do more damage. So if 2 people are in the blast radius of one of the grenades, all of the grenades will deal an extra 25% damage. In addition to just your base, I think 35% extra. It's not that important. Funny thing with the cluster grenades, right? There's no way to intentionally do it, but there is a chance it drops all of the cluster grenades where you threw the original one. And each of them consider the enemy in the circle to be an extra target. So if you have 5 cluster things or whatever it may be, they each get an extra 25% damage. This, for some reason, with the cluster grenade as well, the first one explodes, and then the rest of them explode at a different time that's like a very insignificant amount of time later. It's very, very quick. But it's just long enough for the game to register Sledgehammer, which, holy crap. Literally, the difference of holding this versus not holding this is the difference between 20 million damage grenades and 34 million damage grenades. I am not making this up. It's pretty ridiculous and hysterical, and I have not used a lefty for anything else. So yeah, lefty, or, you know, stage left or whatever the heck. Both these guns, you're not going to be using them, you're just going to be holding them, which is kind of funny. Whatever pistol you want, doesn't matter. Capacitor, if you're using all your skills, which for this I've found worthwhile, although if you don't, it's not the end of the world because this build is actually good at damage anyway. And then you have a choice of making this all red or all yellow. The 2 different ways to do this: 2-piece Brazos, 2-piece Grupo, and a China Light. Alternatively, you can do 2-piece Grupo, a China Light, and then Fox's Prayer and Contractors.
Have a backup request.
Every video has to have a backup request at some point. Riot Foam has been proven to be extremely useful, and Seeker Mines, because duh. This build is hysterical. It has such a specific use. Such a specific use. But when it works, it is hysterical. The only thing this build is good at is getting enemies right as they run out of a doorway. And like Air and Space Museum has a lot of areas where people just run out into the same spot over and over again. Like they're standing out in the open as a group. So it's kind of, yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Pretty much everything here is rolled into skill haste and skill damage. You really don't need status effects. I think combined arms and shock and awe are the two things that you probably want to get the most of. Of course, since China Light has the strategic alignment anyway, I think it works out just fine. I am, again, not at all saying this build is good, because it's subpar most of the time, but it also sometimes one-shots bosses, so it's kind of funny. I gotta emphasize as much as possible, this build is terrible for open world stuff. I want to make that like as abundantly clear as possible. If you try doing a propaganda outpost with this, good luck. This build, like most of the ones I do, is purely for fun. And also, this is pretty standard for what most collector builds are going to run. I run it more as a skill build because DPS is boring and you'll kill them with DPS before the grenade will. It's also hilarious just to see Lieutenant Kelly get stuck in riot foam and then just disappear like a magic trick because the game felt like it. It does take you to get... It does take getting to level 85 in the rewards track for this. Just for this kind of a meme chess piece. But holy crap is it funny. It's broken, like half the time the bonus doesn't even work. And you also need the cluster grenades to break in order for this to be as effective as you want it to be. But it, like, play the clip. It's just hysterical. Like, literally, magic. Poof, they are gone. They have ceased to exist. I feel like the Joker getting rid of a pencil. But yeah, this build is purely for fun. If you hate fun, don't use it. If you like fun and you have a collector already, probably try this because it's pretty funny.
Tag anything useful, announce it in a recovery team later.
And blow the shit out of anything too dangerous.
by these images. At one point, more than 3.8 billion years ago, up to one-third of the Martian surface could have been covered by Martian exploratory craft have sent us evidence of more recent water flows as well, ranging from gullies and dried river systems to what appear to be ancient lake beds. There are also minerals present on the surface of Mars that could only have been formed in a liquid water environment. Today, water is found on Mars largely as ice at the Martian North Pole, although small quantities exist as water vapor in the thin Martian atmosphere, or as brines in the Martian soil.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I'm gonna kill you. Damn, I'm stuck. Stay right there. Ooh.
He's out of tag. Anything useful, announce it in a recovery team later.
And blow the shit out of anything too dangerous.
The surface of Mars was once home to flowing water, as evidenced by these images. At one point, more than 3.8 billion years ago, up to one-third of the Martian surface has been covered by ocean. Martian exploratory craft have sent us evidence of more recent water flows as well, ranging from gullies and dry river systems to what appear to be ancient lake beds. There are also minerals present on the surface of Mars that could only have been formed in a liquid water environment. Today, water can be found on Mars largely as ice at the Martian North Pole, although small quantities exist as water vapor in the thin Martian atmosphere or as brine in the Martian soil.
I'm fucking stuck! You wanna get married in that, agent?
Immediate medical assistance needed.
We at the Tour Corporation sincerely believe this is fucking awesome! It's so awesome that we're gonna set up a tournament to find us #1 badass. If you want in, come to where the vault is buried. In the badass crater of badassitude!
That's not what the area is called!
Badass crater of badassitude!